Mr. Ohio-born player made. I'm sharp as razor blades. I'm the truth in the booth. You come to troll, catch this fade. Come on in. Where you been? I call you family. Now we can feel the vibe on this ride. Hit subscribe, tell a friend. Yeah. You feel the vibe on this ride. Hit subscribe, tell a friend. Damn, that feel good. Dirt Game Boss, that felt good, homie. Hey, you feel the vibe. Watch this, Dirt Game. I'm Mr. Ohio-born player made. I'm sharp as razor blades. I'm the truth in the booth. You come to troll, catch this fade. Come on in. Where you been? I call you family. Now we can feel the vibe on this ride. Hit subscribe, tell a friend. Come on and get up. Come on and get up. Come on and get up. You feel the vibe on this ride. Hit subscribe, tell a friend. What's up with it, family? What's the damn deal, man? Yeah. You feel the vibe on this ride. Hit subscribe, tell a friend. I should be a rapper. Dirt Gang. Mark Wunderlich, I should be a rapper. What's up with it, family? What's the damn deal, man? This is JuniorTheTruth, and this is indeed the Punch Junkie Podcast, man. Yeah. I am indeed your host, JuniorTheTruth, man, and thank you all so much for taking the time to tune in. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate it, man. You have absolutely no idea. If I had a million tongues, I couldn't tell it all. Y'all said y'all wanted to work, so let's work. This is 2 a days. We in 2 a days. Y'all said y'all wanted to work, so let's work. I told y'all I was gonna be just as committed as y'all was. You feel me? I'm gonna be just as committed as y'all are. If y'all trying to work, then let's work. If we gonna BS, then I got others to do. Yeah. If we gonna BS, then I got others to do. Salute to the family though, man. Thank y'all so much for taking the time to tune in, man. Mark Wunderlich in the building. What's up with you, bro? My brother D-Man Jr. is in the building. What's up with you, bro? Boss, aka the Dirt Gang Boss, aka Boss in the building. What's up with you, family? Salute to you, D-Man Jr. I appreciate that alert, man. You know, I be locked into my fantasy and be forgetting to check and look and all kind of stuff. Games be started and I be tripping. Coach Eddie ATL in the building. What's going on with you, family? He says Demetrius Andrade will beat Crawford and Canelo. Ooh. I never really much even thought about Crawford versus Demetrius Andrade. I never really thought about that, man. Yeah. I never really thought about that. I already know he'd beat Canelo, though. We been knew that. Like, we been knew that. We knew he beat Canelo from the 154-pound days. That ain't, Coach Eddie, we really talk this boxing around here. We really, truly fans of the sweet science. You feel me? We like really, truly fans of the sweet science around these parts. But thank y'all so much, man, for taking the time to tune in to the Punch Junkie Podcast, man. Salute to my brother Stormy B, man. He said, every time I come on YouTube, you on YouTube, sucking up all the views, hogging up all the watch time hours. The word for the day is live. Live, L-I-V-E. L-I-V-E. You feel me? Hey, my brother Stormy, I'm trying to see that this is the problem, bro. I gave up my real estate. Like, I gave up my piece of the pie. Wasn't really even talking boxing. I was chilling. And then I let it, I let some folks use it and they ain't been rocking it right, Stormy. So now I got to come back by force. You feel me? I got to come back by force, and I got to get my big ass in where I fit. You understand what I'm saying? Because I shouldn't have left y'all. I shouldn't have left you without a dope boxing pod to step to. You feel me? So hey man, I'm just trying to put some paint where it ain't. Salute to my brother Stormy B, man. Y'all be sure to go subscribe to my brother Stormy B, man. But listen. Salute to everybody, man. Thank you all so much for taking the time to tune in. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate it. If I had a million tongues, I couldn't tell it all, man. Like, if I had a million tongues, I couldn't possibly tell it all, man. I appreciate it, Dirt Gang. I appreciate it. So thank you all so much. This is indeed the Punch Junkie Podcast, hosted by yours truly, Junior the Truth. Man, you can follow me everywhere via social media. I can be found with the handle Junior the Truth. That's JuniorTheTruth, and that's over all the social media platforms, man, each and every one. But if you're really truly looking for me, man, you can catch me over on the Punch Junkie Network via www.punchjunkie.com. It is the last place in the world for real fans of the sweet science, man. We have boxing news, we have merchandise, and we have our own social media site built out just for you. So be sure to come over there, www.punchjunkie.com. Click the links, they'll get you there. But thank you all so much, man. I really, truly, genuinely appreciate it. And this is a big one, man. This is a big one. This is a big one. And as you all know, I'm not letting off the fact that Terrence Bud Crawford is the greatest fighter of an entire era. He is the greatest boxer since 2004. He is the face of an era. And I'm not letting off of him and his greatness and what he has accomplished in the sport of boxing, and not just what he has accomplished, but also the manner in which he's accomplished it, which for me, in this new era of the sport of boxing, speaks volumes, and it speaks just as loudly as what he accomplished. Don't let that go over your head. Salute to my brother K_G_. What's up with you, bro? Salute to you, family. What he has accomplished is colossal. And just as colossal is the way that he has accomplished what he has accomplished. You feel me? The way he has done it is colossal. And so I think that I'll never, ever, ever, ever let that light down. I will never let that light down. Bud Crawford could go on and fight 50 more fights and lose 48 of them. And I will never let down the light of what he has accomplished, and him being the greatest fighter of an era. He is the greatest fighter of an entire era, and I'm never letting that down. Never letting that down. So I'm not really truly too interested in talking about much else these days, because I don't feel like we've squeezed enough juice out of the orange when it comes to what Terrence Bud Crawford has accomplished. You feel me? If you fire up your platform and you talk boxing, and you are not talking about Terrence Bud Crawford and what he has accomplished and what we want to see next, and how he's accomplished it, and who he is, and where he sits in history, and the history that he's achieved, and so on and so forth, then I'm looking at you sideways. And I might love you, but I'm still looking at you sideways. Why in the hell am I talking about Adrian Broner when I got so much Terrence Crawford to talk about? Why in the hell am I talking about Tank Davis and I got so much Terrence Crawford to talk about? Why in the hell am I talking about Jake Paul and I got so much? Y'all hear my voice? I got so much Terrence Crawford to talk about. So very much Terrence Crawford to talk about, y'all. You feel me? Why in the hell am I going to be talking about Adrian Broner? Did I say Adrian Broner already? Did I say Jake Paul? Did I say anybody? Did I Devin Haney? Why am I going to be talking about Devin Haney when I got so much Terrence Crawford to talk about? You feel me? Why am I talking about Devin Haney hugging Ryan Garcia when there's so much Terrence Crawford to talk about? You feel me? I'm not going to dare let this light down to talk about anything that's not befitting of the king of the sport of boxing, the sport that I love, the sport that I have dedicated so much of my time and my life and my energy into as an adult. Salutations that are befitting of the king is what's going to happen as far as this as for my platform. You understand? The Bible say, as for this house, we're saluting the king of boxing. Salute to Thrive and Glow with Joe. What's up with you, baby? Salute to Mac of the South. What's up with you, homie? Salute to you. Yeah. And I'm not coming off of it. I am not coming off of what he has accomplished and who he has been and who he is and who he will forever be.
Oh, no, you didn't. Wait a minute. No, you didn't. Hey, Jay, come back here. Jay. Fool ass bitch, man. Jay. Need my money. Jay. Oh, you motherfucker. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Jay! You think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeed. So I got a bone to pick with y'all. Like, I love you. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely appreciate y'all sliding through. I appreciate the support. Shout out to the LDBC, Lions Den boxing community, man. Salute to the family. But I got a bone to pick with y'all real quick, man. Y'all see that scrolling across the bottom that says the big red machine? Wasn't nobody gonna tell me I misspelled machine at the bottom? Don't y'all know that I am, as a creative? Don't you know that that kind of stuff bothers me? Y'all didn't know that? So what, nobody, y'all just gonna let me do the whole show and machine is misspelled? Or did y'all not read it? Because you know, people, 2025, people don't like to read no more. The only thing y'all read is social media posts. Don't leave that out. All y'all read is social media posts. So what, nobody gonna tell me that the shit was misspelled across the bottom? You feel me? Y'all just gonna let me have that big old booger hanging out my nose, and ain't nobody gonna tell me I got booger on my nose. Ain't nobody gonna tell me I got a lint on my shirt. I got some lint in my beard. You ain't gotta touch my beard. Just tell me. Unless Joe, you can get lint out of my beard. Yeah, Joe, you can get the lint out of my beard. But the rest of y'all, man, don't be Don't be putting don't be putting your hands on my beard. You understand what I'm saying? Man, we got some work to do today. First of all, smash the like button if you will, please. Thank you so much. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate it. That not only goes for everybody that's tuning in live, but you know, this is also a podcast. And so that goes for everybody who's tuning in via the podcast as well. Salute to my sister, Killer Cam, a.k.a. Cameron Fields. What's up with you, darling? I hope all is well. Yes, indeed. Cam said, I wasn't here yet, so I was exempt from the conversation. I plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. If you listening to the podcast, man, smash the like button. Thank you all so much. Let's tweak the algorithm. We got the work to do. I told y'all I was going to commit to coming in here working. If y'all wanted to work, then we going to work. You feel me? If we're going to work, let's work. But you got work to do as well, because you can't just sit here and look at me. We got to get it in, because this is the content that we need to get out. Salute to everybody that creates content. But with regard to the sport of boxing and boxing conversations, this is the content that we need to be getting out. No messiness. We keep a clean hand, Joe Townsend. Stab them if we can keep a clean hand. We keep a clean hand. So the damnedest thing happened to me today, because I wanted to come in here and I was just trying to figure out if was I going to celebrate Crawford again today for being the greatest boxer of an era, and was I just going to celebrate him and continue to celebrate? Was I going to keep the Crawford party going? You understand what I'm talking about? Was I going to keep the Cornhusker party going? But I also needed us to take a look at something. So I figured today is kind of a Thursday. You know, they say Throwback Thursday or Thoroughbred Thursday for those of y'all that been around here. So I think we need to have a little bit of a thorough conversation. You feel me? I got to sound like Grady Wilson on y'all. I think we need to have a little bit of a thorough conversation. Yeah. Watch a little bit of television. We got to have a little bit of a thorough conversation, y'all. Salute to everybody that grew up on Sanford and Son. Salute to my brother Mahari Nation Sport Podcast in the building. Salute to Kondo Hassan in the building. Y'all smash the like button, man. Y'all share the content. You feel me? Mahari said you're going to keep the Crawford party going. Go on, keep the party going. And I guess this is a part of the Crawford party. This is a part of the Crawford party. So the damn this thing happened because I felt like, and I've been feeling inclined because I've been shouting from the rooftops. You understand what I'm saying? I've climbed up to the mountaintops, Cam, and I've sang from the mountaintops. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain. Canelo Alvarez, the shit was manufactured. Respectfully. Is he a skilled fighter? Yes. Is he a good fighter? Yes. Has he been matched very carefully and strategically? Yes. In my opinion, has he been overrated over the totality of the last, 10, 12 years? My answer is yes, he has been. And I also have this theory that I float around, and people think I'm crazy when I say it, but I'm going to say it. And I say that if Canelo Alvarez looked like Mikey Garcia, then he would be Alfonso Gomez. I'm put my glasses back on like I just laid a bar. If Canelo Alvarez looked like Mikey Garcia, then he would be Alfonso Gomez. I know y'all know who Mikey Garcia is. Most of you do. Some of you might not. You feel me? And I'm pretty sure probably half y'all have no idea who Alfonso Gomez is. You can go check it out. Go, read the history books. You can go look. You can even go to Canelo Alvarez's box rec. He's there. You feel me? Yeah. Very, very promising, very talented Mexican fighter who just couldn't get over the hump, if you will. So I've been saying for a very long time that it was just something about Canelo Alvarez's career and when he fights and his opponent selection. And it's something about it that just every time I feel like I've touched a sticky doorknob. Have you ever heard me say that I feel like I'm touching a sticky doorknob when it comes to Canelo Alvarez? Respectfully. I really mean it disrespectfully, but I just say that because it sounds cool. You feel me? And so I've been shouting this from the mountaintop, and everybody looks at me and they say, boo. Even all kind of fans, all the fan bases say, boo. Man, sit your dumb ass down. And I'm like, no, man, there's something here. It's just something that just don't resonate well with 154-pound fighter who wouldn't fight his contemporaries. It's just something didn't resonate with me. It was just something about it, man. It was something about being sneaking up to 160 pounds and fighting Miguel Cotto, my fault, y'all. Going and fighting Miguel Cotto and getting Miguel Cotto's title strategically, and then not defending that title that he got from Miguel Cotto, not defending it at 160 pounds, but indeed allowing to campaign at 155 pounds and defend that 160-pound title, then going and getting an Amir Khan who's really his best division was 140 pounds. So we go from 140 pounds and we pull him up to 155 to fight for the middleweight title of the world. There was just something about that just didn't make me feel good, y'all. I felt some kind of way. I was just like, I don't know about that. The WBC, that was the WBC that let him do that. And the WBC, they're complicit. Their hands are all on this Canelo Alvarez big red machine. Oh, yes. But for all intents and purposes, The dumbest thing happened today because I wanted to talk about it. You feel me? I wanted to talk about it. And the dumbest thing, like, this is the way the ancestors deal with me. This is the way the creator deals with me because I'm saying this. Like, no, he was moved appropriately. He was kind of, and everybody's like, nah, shut up. He got Hall of Famers. He got this, he got that. And I'm saying, like, you got to act like you know boxing. You got to act like you know. You can have all the Hall of Famers you want on your resume. But those of us who really know, we know that Hall of Famers don't always stay in Hall of Fame form. You feel me? They don't always stay in Hall of Fame form. So you can beat the hell out of a Hall of Famer when they're not in Hall of Fame form. Did you fight? When did you fight the Hall of Famer? So when people say, nah, I fought this champion, I fought this champion. Okay, when did you fight him? I fought this Hall of Famer, that Hall of Famer, this Hall of fine. When did you fight him? And so I'm like, nah, it's something that's manufactured, man. It's a big machine behind Canelo, and everybody knows it. And he hasn't had, when he's had those been in match tough versus a formidable foe, it was either a questionable decision or he lost those fights. And so I'm saying that to people and nobody's listening to me. And so I'm like, man, I don't know what else to say. So y'all don't want to listen to me and don't want to hear from me. So, okay.
Shade about Canelo being old. Just know that Crawford is older.
I'm too old.
That's not an excuse here. Look, I promoted Canelo's entire career.
Put some fucking respect on it.
And it was a huge fluff.
How do you like them apples?
The only real fighters he's faced were Mayweather, Bivol, and Crawford. And they all toyed with him. Shade about Canelo being old. Just know that Crawford is older.
I'm too old.
That's not an excuse here. Look, I promoted Canelo's entire career.
Put some fucking respect on it.
And it was a huge fluff.
How do you like them apples?
The only real fighters he's faced were Mayweather, Bivol, and Crawford. And they all toyed with him.
Should I just roll the credits and end this? Should I just end the live stream there, Cam? Should I just end it there? Sticks and Jabs, what's good with you, homie? Old school Winston Lee, I see you in the building. What's up with your family? Should I just end it there? Like, Mr. Lister, what's going on? Mr. Lister said Canelo is finished after Crawford. Oscar just exposed him online. Yeah, that's what we just played. Nah, Mahari said, nah, I keep cooking. Nah, I keep cooking. So because I'm telling you, and like I've said before, like, you have to understand, and I saw it because I remember when I first saw Canelo Alvarez, and I was like, oh, it's a Mexican kid with red hair. Didn't see that coming. Okay, and this was right around 2011. If we can really be for real, it was 2011 when he made his splash in the U.S. where I actually saw him. No, I take that back. It was 2011, but it was against he fought it was 2010. He fought Baltimore. That might have been the first Canelo fight that I actually watched. And then he fought Baltimore, and then he fought Nadu. Then he fought Matthew Hatton. I remember that. He fought another fight. I don't know nothing about that. But then the fight that I really paid attention to was when he fought Alfonso Gomez. Because those of y'all who don't know, now you know. I am a huge fan of the Contender series. I've always been since it first premiered. I watched Contender. I've watched every episode of the Contender. You feel me? Alfonso Gomez was a fighter on the Contender. So when I watch the Contender and then I see the fighters come up and they start, having fights, I watch them intently, cheer for them even. You feel me? So I remember Canelo fighting Alfonso Gomez. And when he fought him and he ended up winning TKO round 6, I said, damn. So then I went on to watch him fight Kermit Cintron. Then he fought Shane Mosley and so on and so forth. And he worked his way up. He fought an old, nope, disrespect. Shane Mosley, which was a big step up for him, but he fought Hall of Famer Shane Mosley. Then he fought the Josecito Lopez. Then he fought Austin Trout. Everybody puts an asterisk by the Austin Trout fight because that's a fight that he, people say he lost in 2013. Now, at this point, right, I am watching Canelo Alvarez intently because I've been watching him since 2010. So now we're 3 years into watching him, and I'm like, yeah, the kid is good. But the thing that I always knew was that it was the way he looked. You feel me? Because he looked like an Irishman, like he's a redhead kid. You feel me? And everybody's talking about how he's such a good-looking kid, and he's a Mexican, and he just looked different. And so everybody was all fired up about him looking different, so on and so forth. And then he got the fight versus Floyd Money Mayweather. And it was a fight that he could not lose. But prior to that, just so that we clear, the majority of the fights that I had saw him fight, it were several fights. I had saw him fight. They were on Floyd Mayweather undercards. So he had been being built up on the Floyd Mayweather undercards. You feel me? So this is when we're looking at it transition. So you got Golden Boy Promotions, you got Richard Schaefer and Golden Boy Promotions that are starting this big red machine. Like they're putting this thing together. Yeah. And so we seen the fight. And when Floyd Money Mayweather fought Canelo Alvarez at that point, because Canelo Alvarez had this long ass career, he had this long ass career in Mexico that we didn't know nothing about, but he was still undefeated. He was 42-0 when he fought Canelo Alvarez, so it was good. It was some good publicity. He was 42-0-1, but it was really good publicity because Floyd Mayweather was also undefeated. So, here is that somebody's got the go conversation. This young, hungry lion is coming in and he's fighting. He's 42-0. Floyd Mayweather's 44-0. But as we all know, Floyd Money Mayweather's 44-0 look a whole lot different than Canelo's 42-0. But whatever, they both undefeated. The majority of folks have absolutely no idea, yada, 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 yada. And Floyd outclassed him and won a majority decision over Canelo. And it was real wicked because CJ Ross scored the fight 114-114. You feel me? So that's how I knew. When CJ Ross scored, I'm just we can talk boxing history or, whatever. But when CJ Ross scored 114-114 for Canelo Alvarez, scored it a draw in a fight that we watched Canelo Alvarez get 100% outclassed by Floyd Money Mayweather, I said, oh, yeah, he about to be that one. And so I knew in my mind that this was not finna be, this was something else. They were orchestrating something else. And it just so happens that first loss on Canelo's resume ended up being his biggest win. Don't let that go over your heads. So the baton was essentially passed to him to be the media darling and to be the next up, and that the baton as far as pay-per-view would eventually get passed to Canelo Alvarez theoretically. Yeah. Just email me. Just email me. JuniorTheTruth@gmail.com is the easiest. Or you can go over to push at JuniorTheTruth.com. Wise sports betting. What's up with you, love? But just email me and I'll send it. Or you can DM me on Instagram or whatnot. But you can go over to the website, JuniorTheTruth.com. That's probably easiest. Go to JuniorTheTruth.com and just send it to me there. Send me the address and stuff there. Yeah. So he's a media darling. And so now I'm looking at it because I'm like, all right, there's a lot of stuff that's going on with this situation. And every time we see him, there's a lot of stuff that he did. Like a lot of stuff that he did that just also, it just made me just question a whole lot of things. But every time I say it, people are hating, and people say I'm hating. So I'm like, hey, listen to the person who was responsible for building his career. Who did the most for Canelo Alvarez's career? Who did the most?
Shit about Canelo being old. Just know that Crawford is older.
I'm too old.
That's not an excuse here. Look, I promoted Canelo's entire career,
Put some fucking respect on it.
and it was a huge fluff.
How do you like them apples?
The only real fighters he's faced were Mayweather, Bivol, and Crawford, and they all toyed with him.
This podcast, this live stream, this better have 1,000 views. If y'all don't share this, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You feel me? I don't know what I'm gonna do. If y'all don't share this and stop taking my talking points and trying to sound intelligent in front of folks, and you bigger podcasts, stop stealing with more subs. Y'all be over here trying to steal the sauce. Y'all stop stealing my sauce. You feel me? Now, this ain't no hate session. This is about history. This is about integrity. And this is about recognizing when propaganda has carried a fighter further than their performance. I'm going to say it again. This is about, this ain't a hate session. This is about history. This is about the integrity of the sport that we love. And this is about recognizing when propaganda has carried a fighter further than their performance. We're talking scorecards. Man, I ain't even gonna I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tell you what we're talking about. But we can ask the legacy question. And I should have opened the phone lines. Is Canelo really that guy? Is Canelo really truly who they say he is? Is Canelo who he really truly is? He who they say he is? Yeah. Sticks and Jab says when he fought Floyd, he couldn't speak English. After Floyd, he learned English. Now he was acting like he couldn't speak English to help with the promotion, and he captivated it like he did what he did. Mr. Lister said Oscar and the Golden Boy. That's who built his career. Joe Townsend said Mexican fans are calling Oscar a traitor for saying Bud was going to win. I know, because those fans, they stick on code. They stay on code literally, bro. It's just our fan base. It's just the Black American fan base that can't seem to get it together. We the ones that seem like we got to have a civil war and got to have some infighting all the time. It's the sickest shit ever. Like I can't fucking cheer for Devin Haney and Tank Davis at the same time. You feel me? Like I can't cheer for Errol and Bud. I can't be an Errol Spence fan and Sean Porter fan at the same time. Like, it's the craziest shit in the world, and it's stupid. And I hate that I even had to say that, bro. But I'm so sick of hearing all that bullshit. I'm so sick of it, man. Said Mexico is always is gonna always support their fighters. That's a fact. Let me get this shit off, though. Let me get this shit off. You feel me? Let me get this shit off. Stormy B, man, I've been still recovering from my weekend and my event. So I've been off the grid. So now I haven't. I'm gonna catch it though. I'm gonna catch it this week. I'm gonna catch it when I get off. Boxing using Canelo as a reference. Mind if go ahead. Go if you can share the link. I'm not sure to let you share the link. I'm not sure to let you share the link. But if you remind me, I'll put it in the what's the name? I'll put it in the description. And y'all be sure to go subscribe to Stormy B, man, and go catch his Tuesday tussle from this week, which would have been the 16th, the Tuesday, September 16th. Go catch his Tuesday tussle. But but we gotta have this conversation, and I gotta have this conversation. You feel me? I gotta have this conversation. And so I have a once again, man, is Canelo really that guy? And what I did was I just picked out my top 5 reasons why it was more machine than Canelo. Canelo is a good fighter. Is he a once in a generation talent? No. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. And he's done what good fighters do. He's done what elite level fighters do. They beat the people that they're supposed to beat. And then they come into certain levels of competition, and they're not able to get over that hump. And we've seen it from some of the most revered boxers in the sport ever. You feel me? Somebody cue up Mike Tyson. One of the most revered boxers ever. You feel me? And when it was time to get in versus Hall of Fame fighter talent, when they were in Hall of Fame fighter talent form, he came up short. He came up short. He's still a legend. This is what happens within the sport of boxing. He's a good fighter. Is he a great? No. Should we be mentioning him with Julio Cesar Chavez? No. Should we be mentioning him with the great Salvador Sanchez? Never. But he is a good fighter. And boxing needs more good fighters. Boxing needs more good fighters. Boxing needs all of these fighters that want to be great or pretending to be great. We need them to accept that they're good. Because good fighters don't really give a fuck about losing. Good fighters are here to compete. Because there's a level that we need to get to. Like, good fighters want to work to be great. You feel me? So there are a lot of fighters now that are good fighters, but they're not great. The problem is we've given them the keys, or we've given them the figurative gold jacket of greatness within our sport, and they're not. They're good fighters. They're promising. They're good. They're promising. And they've put on that gold jacket, and now they behave like they're great. I'm not going to say nobody's name because this is about Canelo. But we need more fighters, Stormy. We need Stormy. I need you to take this and run with it, Stormy. And I know you've already said it, but we need more fighters to accept where they are. My brother Stormy B-Mans talks about fighters getting robbed of opportunities every time they're gifted decisions. Every time robberies take place. There are fighters who are, their growth is stunted because they get decisions that they shouldn't. And it keeps them from realizing that there are gaps that they need to close and to improve. We need more fighters to accept that you are good, because you are still in elite. You are still in a very, just the mere fact that you box professionally, you are in an elite class of people as it relates to the earth. You understand what I'm saying? I am a Division I football player. Am I an NFL Hall of Famer? No. But I am a Division I football player. I'm a blue chip All-American, parade All-American, first team All-State Division I. You feel me? In the state of Ohio, the great state of Ohio. I am in a very, very, very esteemed class as it relates to the sport of football. I've gotten paid to take snaps and play a sport that I loved to play. I'm in a very elite level of people of this elite class. So imagine being a good boxer. That puts you in an elite level, elite space, elite class of people. But you got to accept that. And then work towards getting to the next level, which is a great. Elite, then a great. My top 5 reasons why it's more machine than Canelo. Number 1 is the propaganda machine. He was marketed as Mexico's golden boy. He was marketed as that. Oh, Oscar De La Hoya put all his eggs in the Canelo basket, and they got behind him. And everybody else over on the Golden Boy Promotions was almost like an underclass citizen. You feel me? So much, in fact, that Al Heyman, Richard Schaefer, and those people were able to steal all of Golden Boy's fighters because the focus was on Canelo Alvarez. And so the PBC was able to steal all of the Golden Boy fighters because they were so focused on Canelo Alvarez. Man, if y'all don't start sending some goddamn flames, hitting the like button, some hearts, the Cash App is bone dry. You see it scrolling across the bottom. Money sign the Punch Junkie. Man, y'all got to chip in. What are y'all doing? Y'all be chipping in a whole lot lesser content. You feel me? I always say it's they say money sign Junior the Truth, but money sign Junior the Truth or money sign the Punch Junkie. Y'all gonna stop playing with me Stop playing with me. Golden Boy Promotions was so focused on their Golden Boy. So Golden Boy was so focused on their Golden Boy that they absolutely neglected all of the other fighters who were over there. QN, Adrian Apollo Broner, both Charlos, Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence, all of those PBC, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, all of those PBC fighters were on Golden Boy Promotions originally. But they were being, how can I say this? They were being neglected. The focus wasn't on them. They were being used as fillers, and so they were able to be snuffed and stolen. And Canelo Alvarez was hand-fed media attention, and we were force-fed Canelo Alvarez and his greatness. He's been positioned as the face of boxing for over a decade, even though there's no concrete information with regard to the numbers that would back that claim. No concrete information. Do you ever notice how when these other fighters fight, Errol Spence, Bud Crawford, Tank Davis, a couple of days after they fight, we automatically know the numbers? We automatically know the numbers. We know exactly what they did, how many millions bought. We know the exact numbers. And you know when Canelo Alvarez fights, we never get the exact numbers. Y'all ain't never peeped that? We never get the exact numbers. So there are no concrete numbers to support and suggest that he is the face of boxing. Ever. And the things that we do know that nobody talks about is all of these platforms that featured Canelo Alvarez and specifically programmed around Canelo Alvarez, each and every one of them folded except for the DAZN. Except for the DAZN, because they got off of that train. All the rest of them shut down shop. The rest of them shut down shop. I got to get ready to go. I got to go get my kids. They all shut down shop. He's been positioned as the face of boxing, even though there was no concrete evidence to support that. Whole bunch of smoke and mirrors. And it came with the protection of the promoters, Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. It's so funny as hell that you standing where you stand now, all because it went sour with y'all. Oscar De La Hoya and the promoters, the networks, and the sanctioning bodies. WBC, y'all need to bring your ass to the front of the class. Y'all need to bring your ass down here in front of the congregation. The doors to the church are open. The doors to the church are open. Y'all better be glad I ain't got no organ. The doors to the church are open. We've already talked about the Caneloweight, which was him campaigning at 155, even though he was a 160-pound champion. We can talk about all of the rehydration clauses. We can talk about catch weights. We can talk about the different conditions. QN James Kirkland when he wasn't allowed to train with Ann Wolf, allegedly. Number two, while we know it was more machine than Canelo, the judges always love Canelo. Infamous fights where fans thought that a robbery was on the ones and twos. Bring in Erislandy Lara, a big one. The Gennady Golovkin one, big one. Even the Mayweather fight that we talked about where he was scored a draw by C.J. Ross. C.J. Ross scored him a draw. If they'll do that to Mayweather, anybody can get it. In my AB voice, every close fight somehow leaned his way in Vegas. If you don't knock Canelo out or totally outclass him like Crawford did, leave no doubt, then they're going to have him on it's like you fighting two opponents. 4 to be exact. 3 judges and Canelo. They're going to have him on the scorecards. He has had systematic favoritism, just systemic favoritism from the sanctioning bodies, from the commissions. He's never really been held accountable. We'll talk about it. Number 3 was the avoidance and cherry picking. How y'all want this one? Hey, how y'all want this one? Don Royal, what's up with you, homie? How y'all want this one? How you want it, Jay? How you want it? I'm surgical with this bitch. How you want it? Y'all want it from front to back to front? How y'all want it? You understand what I'm saying? You want oldest to newest, newest to oldest? How you want it? How you want it? 154 pound titleist or champion. He ducked. He ran from Jermell and Jamal Charlo, because remember, Jermell and Jamal Charlo were both champions at 154 at the same damn time. He ducked both of them. He also ducked Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, who was at 154 as well, and he slid out. And he slid up to 160, beat Miguel Cotto. We just talked about this. Got that title and didn't defend the title at 160. He indeed slid down to a Canelo catchweight of 155 and fought Amir Khan, whose best days were spent at 140. And a fight, I might add, he was losing. Canelo was losing until he pushed Amir Khan's button. He fought an old, slowed down form of Miguel Cotto. Not the Hall of Fame Cotto that we know. And he damn sure didn't fight the Miguel Cotto with an afro. Y'all don't hear me though. So then we get from there. Ooh, I gotta go. Y'all better be glad I gotta go. Because we get from there, then we get the 160 situation. You feel me? We get the 160 situation. And we got Triple G sitting there saying, show me my opponent. Show me my opponent. Canelo Alvarez danced around that Triple G situation. So much, in fact, he fell out with a sanctioning body. He fell out with the sanctioning body. All these fighters that are on these sanctioning body rankings who get skipped over for bullshit fights, who pay their fees, and somebody like Manny Pacquiao can come in and get a fight versus Mario Barrios for a world championship fight, and you got 10 motherfuckers sitting there who waiting for their shot and paying sanctioning fees and so on and so forth. Man, the sanctioning bodies in boxing are so full of shit. Respectfully, as disrespectfully as possible. Canelo Alvarez fell out with the WBC because they tried to make him fight a unification bout with Triple G. And he wouldn't fight him. So much, in fact, that he took the belt and threw it in the trash and said, nah, I don't want it. You can have it. I don't want it. I'm not going to fight. Nobody going to make me fight. He was ducking Triple G for years until Triple G went in there versus Danny Jacobs, and he looked human. And a lot of us feel that Triple G lost to Danny Jacobs. You feel me? He ducked Triple G until Triple G went in there versus Danny Jacobs and looked human. Then he went in there and fought Triple G. First fight, he was awarded, it was a draw, but a lot of people felt like he lost. And then second and third fights, he won. Triple G was way beyond it, though. So then he gets the 160-pound title, and guess what? Here come that damn Jamal Charlo again. The mandatory. He was the mandatory, the WBC mandatory. I got to go, but I can't sit here and play with y'all forever. I got to go. He was the WBC mandatory for years, and Canelo Alvarez wouldn't face him, and they couldn't make Canelo Alvarez face him. And you know what the WBC did? They said Canelo Alvarez is the man. Oscar De La Hoya is the man. We got to stay in good relationship with Canelo because he's already wasn't fucking with us. He wouldn't even take when he fell out with the WBC and he fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. The WBC had a heritage belt that was on the line, and Canelo Alvarez wouldn't even accept the WBC heritage belt for the winner between him and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. See, I really do this boxing shit. I really do this shit. I'm not here to talk about leg tats and baby mamas. And y'all just ought to hit the like button. Y'all just ought to click the copy link and share the link on your favorite social media. That's just really, you can do your part. Because the Cash App damn sure ain't ringing. But salute to Cam for buying some merch. Salute, baby. Thank you so much. They couldn't, the WBC said we not falling out of Canelo Alvarez. Now, WBC told me this personally, and I was with Blue Blood Sports TV, and we was riding in the truck in the city of Houston, Texas. We were riding in the truck because The fight was between Jamal Charlo and Brandon Adams. It was a homecoming fight for Jamal Charlo, and it was supposed to be for the silver title or the WBC silver title or whatever the case may be. They created and manufactured a title that was called the WBC franchise title. Canelo Alvarez was moved to the franchise champion. And then Charlo versus Adams became a championship fight. All in real time while we were in Houston, Texas. This happened all in real time. And the story, if you wanted to get this whole story, we all went nuts. Everybody, the family, we all went nuts. We used to really cook. This is when we really used to cook. When everybody really fucking talked boxing, we used to cook. So we was cooking the WBC for what they did because we used to fucking talk boxing. We didn't used to talk about all the bullshit. We used to talk boxing. So we was cooking the WBC ass. Blue Blood Sports T went to town on their ass. I cooked their ass. Everybody cooked them. Blue Blood Sports TV called me, say, man, I'm getting ready to go move around with the WBC. We in Texas. Blue Blood Sports TV is from New York. I said, bro, what? We just was cooking the WBC, bro. You're not finna go with the WBC riding around? I said, yeah, bro, we gonna go to a few gyms and blah, blah, blah. Something in the milk ain't white. That's me. I'm from the west side of Dayton, Ohio. Something in the milk ain't white. I got to get ready to go. Something in the milk ain't white. Blue, I'm on my way. I catch an Uber to Blue Blood Sports TV's hotel. And I'm riding with you, bro. Nah, I'm riding. During this ride, we in the car with the WBC, and that was the interaction I had with the WBC where they said, look, man, we couldn't make him fight. Blah, 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 blah. We went to a couple of gyms. We went to see Ronnie Shields when I first met F.A. Ajaba, and then the other dude, Aboki, F.A. Aboki, I think his name, the short dude that they call the Nigerian pit bull. I don't really care for him, too tough, but I met them too. Ronnie Shields gym. Anyway, long story short, y'all got me going down memory lane. Back down memory lane. They created the franchise title as a way for Canelo Alvarez to duck. Then Canelo Alvarez continued fighting, man, and he didn't fight. He wouldn't fight. When he got to 168, he moved around 168 strategically, got a belt that was a WBC belt at 168 because my dude, David Benavidez, lost it due to some unforeseen circumstances. Canelo Alvarez got that belt. Wouldn't fight David Benavidez. Years, still running from David Benavidez. But in the midst of that, always also, there was a epic moment, and an epic duck moment, where Demetrius Andrade went into a press conference for Canelo Alvarez following Canelo Alvarez's fight over, was it Smith? Was it Caleb Smith, I think it was, or one of them? He fought somebody. I think it might have been John Ryder. Might have been John Ryder. And Demetrius Andrade went in there and said, hey, man, when are we going to fight? Or maybe it was Billy Joe Saunders. No, I think it was Caleb Smith, actually. And he said, when we going to fight? And Canelo said, you should fight her. You should fight her. Payday, payday, payday. You just want payday, payday, payday. That's duck talk. That's that Guadalajara duck talk. Man, I could go on and on and on and on and on, man. But yeah, that's the cherry picking went wild. Has gone wild with Canelo Alvarez. And even the cherry picking, because he's now done cherry picking, in my opinion, twice. He cherry picked Dimitri Bivol, went up to 175 to fight Dimitri Bivol, lost. And then this Crawford was a cherry pick gone wrong because it's the least of all of the evils. It was the least one. For some reason, he will not get his ass in there versus David Benavidez. Yeah. Also, number 4 was just the of course, you know, we talk about the decline in exposure, but that is, of course, to be done. Salute to Drew Titan in the building. That's to be done because every network that's ever featured him has gone under. Every network that's ever featured him has gone under. And then when you look at the real face of the sport of boxing, which is Jake Paul has become the face of the sport of boxing, and the network that he works with, Netflix, is now taking on more boxing events. They're taking on more boxing events. You feel me? They've taken on more big boxing events. So when you are the face of the sport and you're on a network, the network does not go down in flames. You understand what I'm saying? They don't go down in flames. Period. No. And he's been exposed as there are certain styles. There's a certain style that will beat him. You understand what I'm saying? Every time he stepped in versus a technically elite fighter, a boxer, a mover, a thinker, boxers with real boxing IQ, every time he stepped in there, he's either been outclassed and gifted a decision or he's lost. Period. He always looks like his feet are in the mud, low punch output, and he gets fatigued. And then he always ends up outclassed. This is the same shit over and over and over with Canelo. Disrespectfully. And then the last one, number 5, because I got to get ready to get out of here. I ought to stand up for this one. The last one is the PED, man, that nobody talks about no more. He tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs and served a suspension in 2018. He's a drug cheat. He is a drug cheat. And those of us that have been watching Canelo Alvarez remember the earlier years when he used to have the back knee. His back will break out, and we know that back knee is a side effect for performance-enhancing drug use. Like, we know this shit, man. We know this. You feel me? Like, we know this. It was before the Triple G fight, Don, but it was also earlier in his career. He used to have back breakouts. In 2008, he tested positive and served a suspension for performance-enhancing drugs in 2018. Excuse me. And since then, we can actually be noted that Eddie Reynoso's gym has gone on to have, is it 7 or 11? I can't remember which one it is. He's gone on to have 7 other fighters test positive for performance-enhancing drugs. So to my brother B about Farms in the building, he said, man, I'm sorry to say, bro, don't nobody care. Who you telling? Who you telling? But yeah, man, the performance-enhancing drug is crazy, and the excuse was the meat. And then the sanctioning body's answer to that, the WBC's answer to that, and I gotta go, is that they've raised the level of computerol that somebody can have a fighter can have in their system. They raised the level of a performance-enhancing drug that fighters can have in their system. So much for boxing's clean boxing program and the initiators of it. You feel me? This is all the shit that's attached to Canelo Alvarez's legacy. This is everything that's attached to his legacy. Y'all not smashing the like button. Salute to my brother 503 line in the building. Y'all not smashing the like button, and ain't nobody share this. Y'all not sharing this. Y'all bullshitting. If y'all gonna have me coming here in the afternoons, we gonna work. Other than this, I'm gonna be on that goddamn van making money. We gotta work. Like, if you're gonna be in here, we gotta work. Y'all stop just looking at me. This ain't the content you just look at. This ain't your daddy's yak. This ain't the bullshit boxing talk y'all done grown accustomed to hearing. This ain't your daddy's yak. Now, this ain't your daddy's yak. The performance enhancing drugs is a big one. Now, as far as his legacy discussion, because people try to try to say it like he's the greatest Mexican fighter ever. Don Royale, you must have read my mind, because if you want to ask somebody, you ask the greatest Mexican fans ever, they'll tell you. And you know it's real when you have the great legends not siding with him. Like, nah, man, he ain't among the greats. He's a good fighter. Period. You got Marquez. You got Julio Cesar Chavez. You feel me? You got Eric El Terrible, Barrera. Like, all these dudes questioning. Period. And then you got to ask yourself the question, do we remember Canelo Alvarez as one of the greatest Mexican fighters ever, or as the most powerful product of boxing's propaganda machine? Yeah, do we remember Canelo Alvarez as one of the greatest Mexican fighters ever, or as the most powerful product of boxing's propaganda machine? And to answer that question, all you got to do is take it back to what Oscar De La Hoya said. All we got to do is just take it back to what he said. Actually, I'm not even going to say what he said. I'm going to let Oscar De La Hoya say what Oscar De La Hoya said.
Shit about Canelo being old. Just know that Crawford is older.
I'm too old.
That's not an excuse here. Look, I promoted Canelo's entire career.
Put some fucking respect on it.
And it was a huge flop.
How do you like them apples?
The only real fighters he's faced were Mayweather, Bivol, and Crawford. And they all toyed with him.
Thank y'all so much for taking time to watch this video, or watch the live stream. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate it. Salute to you. Shout out to everybody that's listening to the replay. Replay came in full effect. Thank y'all so much. Salute to everybody that's listening to the podcast format of this broadcast. Thank you so much, man. Junior Mafia in effect. The podcast team is podcast family is in the building. Salute to you all. Thank you all so much. Once again, you can support this stream, $, Junior the Truth at Cash App. The YouTube channel is not monetized. You can go over to the shop, buy you some merchandise. You feel me? Or you can send Cash App to $, the Punch Junkie. But salute to you all. Thank you all so much. Really, truly, Amsterdam. That's what the money sign is called. Amsterdam. But if I say Amsterdam, y'all ain't gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. You feel me? Be About It Farm said, he said, F Cinnamon, I got Norman over Haney. We can talk about that next. Maybe we can talk about that next. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate it. Be sure to go visit the Punch Junkie, the last place in the world for real fans of the sweet science, www.punchjunkie.com. 503 Lion, I sent you an email, man. You all locked and loaded, man. Your credential is there. You all locked and loaded. You good to go. Just call me when you get a chance. But I gotta go. I gotta get my kids. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all so much, man, for taking the time. Once again, this is Junior the Truth signing off, man. Give you a daily reminder to view your life like a paradise until your life looks like a paradise, man. I'm a high-born player, man. If you don't know anything else about me, hey, man, I'm one of them ones. Fuck the dumb shit. Fuck all that happy to be here shit that y'all want me on. Ain't that what Drake said? I'm one of them ones. I'm one of them ones. Oh, no, I just want to talk boxing and nah. I'm him.
Ghetto baby, I seen pistol play. In case Aaron like when white bitches don't get their way. Pull up with that whip appeal, look like baby face. Guerrilla warfare, what a motherfucker bathing age. Never falling off, I live my life on the edge. Telling lies on the real, they don't believe what you're saying. I ain't never complained, I ain't never was scared. Look here, bitch, it ain't no buts about my last piece of bread. Camoed out, grew up on them niggas from the know you. Funny how they lose themselves when they can't control you. Here's a 50 slab, cause the game is out of order. Make me kill a nigga career just to meet my quota. Hold up, none you rap niggas want it. I got remnants of Biggie, I was never Lil Homie. I'm so genuine with her, she let me ride on that pony. Don't need your flowers, I grow them. Got the game in the coma, nigga.